Well, I want to talk about Charlotte first. For those that are moving here, it may have surprised you, to hear Charlotte and, there being 3 murders that happened this past Thanksgiving weekend. I'm just going to be real with you. It doesn't surprise me. It seems as though every year, either before a specific holiday such as Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July, etc., or after, or sometimes during, somebody gets killed. And I'm just being real with you. And it's like, I'm looking at the news, and I don't know if it was the police chief or the mayor or one of the people that's on the city council or whatever, but I forgot who it was, but somebody said that we have a gun violence problem, and I'm like, wow, Sherlock. You know what I'm saying? Einstein, I mean, this guy, Sherlock and Einstein, this guy has nothing on you all. You just now figuring that out? I've been knew that years ago. But now you're just admitting that we have a violence problem here. Now, the problem is a regular problem that goes on in any city. It's not the well-to-do people, shooting at each other and killing each other. No. It's in the poverty-stricken areas, specifically in the black community. Black and as well Latino community. But more in the black community. You understand? So this is a problem that's been going on, and it's going to continue to go on until you fix it, or until we fix it. It's a shame that 3 people died. 3! During this past weekend. One of them being a 14-year-old child. The guy was charged that killed the 14-year-old child. The guy was charged with an illegal gun, illegal firearm. So I'm pretty sure it was a scratched off firearm that, serial numbers were scratched off. It was a burner gun. He was also charged with statutory rape. So you mean to tell me you had sex with this, or you was having sex with this child? And then, voluntary manslaughter. So I don't know the specifics in the case or whatever. I don't know why he wasn't charged with murder. But it didn't go into detail about it. All I know is that 3 people died this past weekend. One 14-year-old, a 58-year-old, and a 34-year-old. And Charlotte just now is stating that we have a gun violence problem. You see, areas like Ballantyne, Still Creek, South Park, Huntersville, Matthews, Pineville, Morrisville, Lake Norman, you don't have to worry about that type of stuff. You don't. Dilworth, the list goes on. You don't have to worry about that type of stuff at all. Y'all can sit back like I do, and I'm not trying to be funny, I'm just being real. Y'all can sit back like I do and watch the news and say that's a shame. And then after that, roll over and go to sleep. Because it's not in our backyard. But this is a problem that eventually will be in our backyard if we don't fix it. Because people are actually going through what they're going through because of limited resources. And once things start getting bad, and I'm pretty sure they will get worse than before they get better. You understand? Where people are going to be really hungry. I'm serious, like starving. Like, there's gonna be a limited, amount of food, or, we right around the corner from hyperinflation. Bread, milk, eggs, potatoes, all this shit is sky high right now. So if we don't, as a collective, take care of this problem and help the less fortunate out, that shit is going to seep on into our communities. And then you're going to have even more gun violence. You want to know why? Because the average person that lives in communities like I live in possess a firearm. So we need to fix it. Let me move on to Durham, and then I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, bring this all together for the purpose of the reason why I'm making this video. So just this past Black Friday, Durham had a shootout in South Point Mall. Now, I used to live in Durham, right? Some of my family's still there. You know, Durham, I actually went to school there too. Durham is a small city. You understand? It takes nothing but about 15 to 20 minutes to get to the other side of the city. It's roughly about, I say about 300,000 people right about now. You understand? The side of town that South Point is on, I'm very familiar with that area. It's a nice area. I don't know about now, but it was a nice area when I was living there. Jordan High School is right up the street. That's the high school I used to go to. Woodcroft, big community with houses and apartments and condos and all the rest of that stuff in that area. You know what I'm saying? If you lived there, I don't know about now, but if you lived there when I was, you know, living there, you understand, going to high school and all the rest of that, your family was doing good. They were doing good. So South Point is in a nice, decent area. And I've been there, I think, twice. And I've never seen, you know, but so much riffraff in that mall. But you have to understand, to my understanding, you understand, I may be wrong, South Point is the only mall that Durham has right now. Northgate been shut down. Like, I don't mean, it's probably open now, but it looks like a flea market in Northgate. Like, Northgate is a joke. That's not even a mall anymore. I don't know what the hell they did with that, but it's not. I went there one year and I was like, damn. Because at one point in time, so let me, this is a side note, but it's relevant to what we're saying, what I'm talking about, sorry. So let me put this out. So there used to be two malls in Durham, right? There used to be South Square Mall, which they tore down, and they moved South Square Mall out to where South Point is and renamed it. So it used to be South Square, now South Point. And then you had Northgate Mall. Both malls, one was on one side of town and the other, Northgate, was on the other. Northgate Mall was a very prominent mall. So, you know, as a teen, we used to go hang out in South Square Mall, you know what I'm saying? And we already knew the chicks and the dudes in that specific area. You know what I'm saying? Even though South Square Mall was like more popular, we would go over to Northgate Mall. And Northgate was on the other side of town, and the kids that went there was like people from Northern High School, Riverside, Southern High School. You understand? The people that went to South Square Mall was Hillside and Jordan. You understand? So we would go back and forth, right? So now, bringing it to 2021, the only mall that's really like popping like that is South Point Mall. That's really the only mall that they have. You understand? So, you know, all the kids go there. All the kids go there, and, you know, something's bound to happen. And it did. They actually had a shootout inside the mall. Am I shocked that happened in Durham? Hell no. I'm more than sure once they find out who did it, it's probably gang related. Because they said the two people, they were saying that was two groups of people, and they were arguing, and eventually bop, and, you know, everybody scattered. So I'm more than sure it's gang related, because there are gangs in Durham. Durham is known for that. You understand? Now, don't get it twisted. I mean, there's violence in Raleigh, there's violence in Greensboro, Winston-Salem, and I'm talking about the more prominent cities. Winston-Salem, Fayetteville. Yes. But the violence that occurs in Durham and Charlotte, something different. Now, I'm not trying to make any excuses, plural, for Charlotte. But Charlotte is a way bigger city than Durham is. Durham and Raleigh is, Durham and Raleigh, you have to put Durham and Raleigh together in order to make Charlotte. Because Charlotte is really widespread. It'll take me 20, 30 minutes to get on from here to Still Creek to the university area. You understand? Raleigh is smaller than Charlotte, but bigger than Durham. Durham is the smallest out of Charlotte and Raleigh. So it's like, what the hell is really going on? But see, the thing of it is, I lived in Durham at one point in time. And I'm not saying it's changed, but at the end of the day, like, it was never nothing to do. See, this is the problem. This is the reason why you having these shootings and these killings and all the rest of this shit. I'm not saying that most of it is, I am saying that a lot of it has to do with the youth. You know, you do have some adults that's out there that's wilding, but most of it has something to do with the youth. You're not giving the youth any opportunities. You're leaving them out. Specific for us talking about the youth minorities. You're leaving them behind. So yeah, there's YMCA, there's gymnastics, there's dance, there's this and that's that. But if you don't have the money to pay for those things, to enroll your children in, guess what? Even a Boy Scout shit course, you got to pay your monthly dues. If you don't have that money, guess what? Your children are ass out. Yo, I grew up in a single parent household. And my mom's had to go to work from 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. And I remember my mom's told me, like, right after I had left high school or whatever, you know, graduated, whatever have you, a couple years later, she was like, I knew you was skipping school. But what could, you know, what could you do? What, you know, that's what she said. What could I do? It ain't nothing I could do. I couldn't do shit. I had to go to work. And what was I going to do? Take out my belt and beat you? My mom stopped giving me ass whippings because it was ineffective. She just threw her hands up like, I'm putting them on punishment. I'm doing all that I can do. You can't control. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that a woman cannot control a young boy. A young boy, a young man, a teenage man, boy. You can't. So the father's not there to discipline the young man, the young boy, the young teenager. So this guy goes out and just like me, see, I know what these kids are going through. I know it. Specifically young men, young boys, because I went through the same type of shit that they're going through. It's just that I didn't change. I didn't go that route of wanting to pick up a gun and shoot people. But I ain't gonna lie, I kept a knife on me. I took a gun to school one day. Mom still don't know about that. She looks at this, she'll know. I know what it's like to be a minority. And there's nothing for me. Nothing for me out there. So what you do as a minority where there's nothing out there for you, and if it is a gymnastics, dance, and all the rest of this stuff, it costs money, and your moms can't afford that shit. She barely paying the bills. So what you do? You click up with people that's in your neighborhood. And y'all create a gang if a gang is not already created. And that's your family. And as a young man, you want things in life. And if you can't get them, then you're going to take them. I know, because I used to boost. I used to go on malls and steal clothes. Some of the clothes I would keep for me, and then the other clothes that I would sell to drug dealers. That's what I did. Others went and sold drugs. I have friends that sold drugs. I'm not making any excuses for these children. I'm not saying that what they're doing is justifiable. I'm just telling you that there's a reason. There's a reason to everything. There's a method to the madness that the news is leaving out. All you hear is 3 people got shot and killed in Charlotte. All you hear is there was a shootout in South Point Mall. And then you're like, oh my God. You know, some of y'all are like, oh, here we go. It's them blacks again. No. Find out what's the true problem, the real problem. Keep on digging and digging. There's a reason why. And you need to find out why. That plain and simple. I'm about to get off this video, but I want to leave y'all with this. At the end of the day, things are going to get worse. You know, I truly believe that we're about to encounter hyperinflation. You know, gas prices extremely high, food is extremely high. It seems as though that, you know, our bare necessities are going up, while our hourly, you know, wage, you know what I'm saying, that we make per hour, for those that make, you know, per hour, that's how you get paid by the hour. You know, it's not going anywhere. It's not increasing. So it's not leveling off when it comes to inflation. It's not like, oh, bread went up an extra $1. Oh, by the way, I ain't worried about it because they're gonna pay me an extra $1 per hour to counteract inflation. No, that's not what it is. So now the if you understand where I'm coming from, the dollar bill is decreasing. The worth of the dollar bill. So it's gonna get worse before it gets better. And what I recommend that you all do, if you haven't already, is to definitely purchase a firearm. I continue to say this on my channel, and it's just like American Airlines, Delta, JetBlue just flying over your head. Especially black people, the black community. Y'all think Jesus is gonna come and save you. But you need to protect yourself as well as your family. And here in the state of North Carolina, you can, if you don't have any domestic violence, you know, abuse, felonies, gun charges or something, anything like that, you can get you a firearm right now. Or rather a rifle, I'll say a rifle. Right now, AR-15 shotgun, right now. Straight up, you can have an AR-15 delivered to you right now, today, if you have the money for it. Now, a handgun is something totally different. You need a permit for that. And right now, getting a permit right now, oh my God, there's a waiting list for that. You understand? But you can get up to about like 10 permits or whatever have you. I would suggest this though. Because you're going to wait just as long, so why not? I would say go for your CCW, your concealed carry weapon license. That gives you, you know, the legal right to have a gun, you know, under your shirt, you know, in your glove compartment of your car, whatever have you. I would say go for that, you know, because, I mean, first you got to take the classes. You got to take a class, I'm sorry. And in that class, you know, there's a written test and there's a test, a range test where you have to go out and shoot at the silhouette of a you know, person, a bullseye in the middle. And it's not hard at all. It's not difficult. They make it so easy for you. You understand? I mean, and I'm not trying to be funny. Women can shoot, but I'm just saying a woman, the average woman that can't shoot, you can't lose. You can't fail that test. It's from 3, 5, and 7 yards. You understand? Here in Charlotte, Mecklenburg County, they're backed up as far as dealing with the classes. I don't know about Durham County or Wake County or whatever, but just, you know, see who's who has a class available so you can take your you know, go through the process of having your CCW. Once you get your certificate, you pass the written, and then they're gonna pass you right then and there. It's like a couple of hours, you know what I'm saying? You go through everything. I say about 8 hours, you know, and then at the end they give you a certificate. You take the certificate, you go back home, you get back online to whatever, you know, county you're at, you know what I'm saying? Here in Mecklenburg County, go to the Sheriff's Department, Mecklenburg or whatever have you. And you put in for your CCW, and I did all this last year, so I'm trying to remember it. So after that, they'll give you a date that you have to go to the Sheriff's Department, because they got to fingerprint you and all of that stuff, right? And then after that, a couple months later, they'll mail you your CCW. It's going to take damn near a year for you to go through that process. It's going to take damn near a year for you to get your permits. You understand? And you're not going to have, to get your permits, that doesn't, you cannot carry, your gun concealed. Now, you can carry it on the side of your hip where everybody can see. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to go with that, you can go with that. But I'm telling you, the permit and the CCW is going to take just damn near close to the same amount of time. Because here, I'll say at least in Mecklenburg County, they're backed up. I don't know about Wake and Durham. You understand? But my point in making is that you need to protect yourself. Right now, you can get a rifle. Right now, you can get a shotgun. You can go online or you can go to, wherever gun range. Well, yeah, gun range. They sell guns there too. You know what I'm saying? Whatever gun shop or whatever have you, and pick up a rifle right now. And protect yourself. Keep that in the house. You know what I'm saying? Keep it away from your children. If you have to, if you feel like you're, like your children are gonna, touch it or whatever have you, lock it up or whatever. But for the most part, I would say have it just in case. Pretty Ricky always tells me, stay dangerous. That's what I'm telling you. Stay dangerous. Because you don't want to be a victim out there. People are breaking into houses. It's innocent people that are getting shot and killed. People such as myself and others that just, want to make some money and take care of their children, and that's it. Why should we continue being victims? Why? I know I'm tired of it, and this is the reason why I have several firearms. And I wish I had them way back then, especially when I got pistol whipped. For no basic reason. So, it's always best that you protect yourself. You look out for your family. It's just that plain and simple. Now, true indeed, just because you have a firearm doesn't mean that you're going to win every damn battle. Don't get out there and be a cowboy. Don't be John Wayne. No. You practice gun safety. Gun safety is just as important as having or possessing a firearm. It is. You understand? So know your rights. Know what you can do and what you can't do in the state of North Carolina, as well as whatever state that you're in. At the end of the day, yo, seriously, I just want to live to see another day. I want to see my children's children get old, grow old if I can. So I'm not trying to scare you all out there that are, planning on moving to Charlotte or moving to Durham or whatever. I just want to let you know that if you're trying to move away from your hometown because of the violence, don't think that you're coming over here and it's going to be Disneyland. Especially like cities like Durham and Charlotte. It's not going to happen. Charlotte is a nice, cool, relaxful, peaceful place, but it can get kind of hectic at times. Durham, I don't know what to say about Durham. Durham is a battlefield. Like, it's a war going on. You understand? I told my mom, you need to get the hell out of there. You understand? So, yeah, man, just make sure that you got your own back and your family's back. Stop being scared of guns. Face your fear. Go to the range, practice, and make that firearm become part of your family. Because if anybody's tried to harm you, put your family in danger, that firearm is going to be there to protect you. And I want to leave with this. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. You have to pull that trigger in order for that gun to shoot. So all of this stuff about let's get rid of the guns, no, let's get rid of bad people. That plain and simple.